Bye weeks, Falcons, Cowboys, Chargers, Titans. Speaking of Chargers, Titans, they were in London last week. The Eagles and Jags are in London this week. 9:30 a.m. start if you want to pick that game. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Eagles favored by 3.5 over the Jaguars. Over under is 42. Let me see if we've got any other movement there. 3 or 3.5 everywhere. So 42, 42.5 sounds about right now. Bortles is going to start after getting yanked last week. What's going on there? I mean, we knew he wasn't that good, but he's sort of regressing. Last year, he seemed to have made a step forward toward adequate from terrible. Now he seems like he's going back toward terrible. What do you think we got moving forward for Blake Bortles?
I mean, you got to stick with him, I think. You know, they kind of are all in on him. They gave him a 3-year, $54 million extension after last year, and you know they ride or die with him at this point. You can't. Cody Kessler is not an answer for them.
Right.
It's funny because there are times in a quarterback's career when he plays just well enough to kind of garner like a huge deal like this. And Bortles did. I mean, do you remember Joe Flacco did it a few years ago in the playoffs? Got himself a huge deal, and he's been okay. I mean, he's not been great, but at least he's been better than Bortles has been. But you know, it's like you always regress back to what people thought you were usually. And we thought Bortles was not very good, and he had a good stretch last year, and then now he's kind of back to where we thought he was, where he's just not very good. But the Jags don't have a choice, man. They can't start Cody Kessler. I mean, the season can still be saved. Cody Kessler can save in the season. You know,
right. It's not like anyone's running away with this division.
Maybe Bortles can be the guy that kind of gets back on track and helps them.
Yeah, and folks, for those of you who have read things about, hey, maybe Tom Coughlin will trade for Eli Manning, their offensive line's not that great. They need a quarterback that can move, and Eli ain't it. So I agree with you. They're riding or dying with Blake Bortles. They're going to have the backfield a little different this week. Carlos Hyde joins T.J. Yeldon. Leonard Fournette's still out. So Hyde and Yeldon Hyde maybe a little stronger runner. Not a better runner necessarily, but a little more powerful, let's say.
Yeah.
The Jags defense, they haven't been as good as last year, but against the Texans, they weren't bad. Because, I mean, this was, you know, Bortles gave them some short fields. So the defense really only gave up 10 of those 20 points. So the Jags defense, for whatever struggles they had last week, they were kind of okay. And I think this is going to be a defensive struggle pretty much because the Eagles have been struggling a lot on offense. I mean, they moved the ball against the Panthers for a while, and then they just stopped dead in their tracks. So I think, I mean, this could go under the 42 for me. Yeah,
you know, well, I certainly is not going to be helped by the Jaguars offense, but yeah, you know, only giving up 272 total yards last week versus the Texans. Those are pretty good. That's pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Wentz has been pretty good for the Eagles this year. I don't know. I'm really kind of down on the Jaguars, and I think you know, if one of the disappointments is Leonard Fournette, and he just can't be counted on to get in the game and play. And you know, they put so much effort and time and money into him, and now you got to get Carlos Hyde. You know, yeah, he's got 5 touchdowns this year, but this is also his 3rd team now in less than 2 years, and he's solid and he's whatever. But when you're counting on a guy like that to really kind of boost things, it's not great. And this game is, you know, like I said, Jacksonville can still save its season, but there's no indication, I think, in the last few weeks that they're actually going to do it because, like you said, the defense has been fine, but that offense is so bad that it's hard to see. Like, they get behind, there's no chance for them catching up. So all the Eagles have to do is come out and score a touchdown early, and that puts Jacksonville on its heels. And from there, they haven't been shown any kind of ability to come back.
All right. This game, by the way, one thing: the Eagles are 2-5 against the spread. The Jags are 3-4. I'm looking at this game and saying neutral field, 2 teams that are, I think, pretty comparable. I'm going to take the points and go with the Jags. What about you?
Yeah, no, I took the Eagles straight up. I took the Jacksonville with the +3. That's, you know, you walk the edge when you do stuff like that, but I don't really have a great feel for this game. Like I said, I don't think either of these teams are all that great, so it's kind of hard to be definitive one way or another. So I'm just kind of splitting hairs, I guess.
All right. Right now, early going on pick watch, 54% Eagles from the early pickers. We've got about 14 in right now. 13 in, just like every Thursday morning. We you know, the picks will start rolling in today and tomorrow morning. So check them out then.